I'm an IT professional by day, so at night, I have the power to become a high-tech music superhero.
Hello, fellow travelers. Hello, and hello, everyone. My name is Vanessa Nia Ainimi, and I am your IT professional by day and a host here on Poppin Projects Portfolio. This is my time to introduce you to the vibe of the channel. It's my first channel in a while, since not like my last channel, The Future of Music Technology. But in the meantime, I had to go back and I realized that I needed to continue my education. And so I picked up a couple of IT certs and I graduated. So I plan to get more because there's so much to learn. There's so many projects to do and so many things to add to your portfolio to level up your pay, for new employment, investment, or just tech skills in general that are needed in today's world. The reality is we're just living in an era of technological advancement. I think more than many people may realize. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you're in the healthcare or if you're a student. You may have to go out and buy parts for your computer or a new computer. Which one should you buy? You could be studying any subject, or you could be a stay-at-home parent or have a business at home. I mean, technology is everywhere. It's in IoT, of course, Internet of Things. And I'm just a firm believer that everyone should at least be at the certification level, information technology fundamentals. I mean, AI, not trying to be funny, the robots are here. I mean, that's not even, I mean, it's so serious right now. It's so advanced right now. I mean, it's not even including all the tech that's in Electrify Expo that's coming up. And it covers everything from electric cars, bikes, scooters, skateboards, go-karts, big wheel shopping carts, you name it. I mean, and we're not going to be covering things like the International Conference on Robotics and Automation that was just held with all of their associated gold, silver, and bronze partners and all the things that that encompasses. And we can't even begin to talk about even companies like Deep Robotics with robots for rescue, powering utilities, construction, mining, farming. There's just, the list goes on and on. But with AI technology development, it's just beginning to outpace Moore's law, and data is being produced exponentially. Software developers, right now, they're able to create more applications faster because they're using better tools that have AI infused. And every day, what I see, by what I've learned by going back and studying, is that the average person can get the feeling that they're being left further and further behind. So technology is such a part of everyday life that, especially with the Internet of Things infused in everything, I believe that everyone needs to know the IT fundamentals. So you need that, at least that level of skill at the very least. I mean, you should be able to build a simple hello world project. So it's a thing in coding where one of the first things you learn is how to have the computer say hello world, or at least display on the screen hello world. Well, you should be able to do that in any language, even Fortran. Speaking of Fortran, I'm not making fun of it. It's an older coding language that was used in analytics before Python. And I just wanted to mention that because I want to give my very first YouTube video shout out on this channel to the women of Hidden Figures. Now, Hidden Figures is a movie, of course, but it's a true story based on 3 brilliant African-American women at NASA who overcame racial and gender barriers of their time. They played a pivotal role at NASA and had a success in the US space program, especially at such a crucial and pivotal time in our world history. In the movie, Katherine Johnson was played by Taraji P. Henson, a mathematician whose trajectory calculations were crucial to the success of NASA missions, including John Glenn's orbit around the Earth. Now, Mary Jackson, played by Janelle Monáe, is an engineer who became NASA's first African-American female engineer. She successfully petitioned to attend an all-white graduate school to take the necessary courses for a promotion at NASA. Now, Dorothy Fogg, played by Octavia Spencer, was a mathematician and computer programmer who became NASA's first African-American woman to supervise staff at NASA, an expert in programming the early IBM computers. I mentioned a Fortran because that is the programming language that Dorothy Fogg was using when she was programming a computer called the IBM 790. You see it prominently placed in the movie, and here's some other photos, but it's a classic computer. I wonder if we have can customize the classic computer. You know, we have the 8-bit guy. Maybe we'll find some 1-bit person that can dig up on those. Let's see. I also was mentioning that because when I was growing up in the 70s and the 80s, watching the educational films they showed at school and reading all the books, encyclopedia entries about the space race, you would think that there were no women at all that were a part of the space race, let alone Black women and Black women in technology. So instead of that being the face of African-American women as portrayed in the media after this pivotal time in the space race, people would think that women of color only played other particular roles because that's the image others wanted to project. So that's why it's crucial to me that this channel means to me is just being the change that we want to see, and understanding that generational wealth is not just passing on financial wealth, but it's also a cultural significance, to pass on know-how and knowledge, like we did when we were passing around the Fortran books, telling the other girls where the good jobs are at, putting people on. Yes, I know about my graphics right now. This is a small budget operation. I promise the graphics are definitely going to get better later. But for right now,